Welcome back to the Line 5 channel. Today we're back in my kitchen and we're making not one but two freezer breakfast ideas. Now the full description of what I'm using, the full recipe will be in the description box below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button below, and let's get to it. So you're gonna start with your 8 eggs in a bowl, and to that I'm adding 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then just a 1/4 cup of milk. And you're simply gonna whisk until everything is incorporated, the eggs are broken up, and everything is mixed together. So you're gonna preheat your oven at 350 degrees, and then to your baking sheet, you're gonna take a non-stick spray and coat that really well. And then you're gonna pour in your egg mixture and pop that into the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. And as you can see, I'm using breakfast pork sausages, but you could use whatever kind of meat you wanted, such as bacon or ham or any kind of deli meat. And I'm simply gonna take 4 of the sausage links and cut them open kind of 3/4 of the way until they're butterflied open. So then you're gonna turn your stove on to medium-high heat, and you're gonna take your non-sticking cooking spray and simply spray that in the pan. And then you're gonna add your butterflied open sausage links and cook them until they're done. I did mine for about 3 to 4 minutes on either side. So when your 4 sausages were done, you take them out to that same pan. You're gonna add the rest of the sausages and cook that up until that's done, and then simply remove it and put it into a bowl and set that aside. So now we're going to start working on our potatoes. I have about 8 medium potatoes, and I simply washed them and I didn't peel them, and then you're just going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces. So once you have all those on your tray, you're simply going to drizzle a little bit of vegetable oil. And again, I'm adding about 1 teaspoon both of onion powder and garlic powder. I'm just gonna sprinkle it all over. And then I'm gonna toss with my hands just to mix and incorporate the whole thing. So you're just gonna simply spread them out, make sure that they're even on your baking sheet. And then you're gonna pop them into an oven at 400 degrees for about 25 to 27 minutes. And then you're gonna toss them and put them back in the oven for another 25 to 27 minutes. And here I just wanted to show you how I took my 4 butterflied sausages and I simply cut them in half lengthwise and then the other way. And so it gave me 4 pieces each sausage. All right, now that we have everything ready and prepared, we're gonna start assembling our sandwiches. So first I took all 6 of the English muffins and I cut them in half. Alright, so then I'm going to take my English muffins, and as you can see, I just found a circle cookie cutter that was roughly the same size as the English muffin, and I'm going to use that to cut out 6 rounds of the eggs. It just makes it easier to package and easier to eat the sandwiches once they're done. So then I'll place 1 of the egg circles onto the English muffin, add 3 of the sausage strips. And then it's not the healthiest, but we have processed cheese. And I'm gonna add a slice of that on top of the sausages and then top up the top of the English muffin and just continue doing the rest of them. So then once your sandwiches are all done, I'm gonna just use rectangle pieces of aluminum foil and simply place them in the middle. And you want to wrap them as tight as possible, squeezing out as much air as possible, especially if you're going to put them in the freezer. And I had one that actually had no meat in it, no sausage, as one of my kids prefers them without meat. So I simply used a Sharpie and wrote on it that that one had no meat. Now to package them up and place them in the freezer, I just used the bag that the English muffins came in, because why not? Simply place them the other way though. Put them so that they're like standing up. And simply put them all in. I can only normally get 5 in, but that's not a problem since I will just be having one right now. Alright, so now that our sandwiches are ready, we're going to move on to the burritos. And so we're going to start with taking the rest of the egg that was on the baking sheet and crumbling that up into the cooked sausage that was in a bowl, and mix that until that's well incorporated and mixed together. So now at this point I realized that I didn't have enough egg in the sausages, so I simply took 3 eggs, whisked them in a bowl, popped them in the microwave for 2.5 minutes, and came out, mixed them into the bowl as well. So then to that bowl, we're going to take our done potatoes and we're going to simply add them to the bowl and mix once again until everything is well incorporated. Alright, so then we're going to take our pack of 10 large tortillas, and I like to do this in half. So I'll take 5 of them, put them on my counter, and simply add almost like a spoon and a half to the bottom of the tortilla wrap. Then we're going to take about half a cup of shredded cheese, and we're simply going to sprinkle a little bit over each one. So once we got that all done, here comes the fun part, the wrapping of the burritos. Now I'm definitely no expert, but I fold up the bottom and then fold in the sides and kind of just keep rolling until the whole thing is done. And then once they're all rolled up, I take the same aluminum foil and do the same thing. Fold up from the bottom and over the sides, and then keep rolling forward until it's completely wrapped. And then once those are all wrapped and good to go, I simply reuse the tortilla bag that they came in, and simply place them all in there, squeeze out as much air as I can, and place them in the freezer. You know, both of these would be good for about 2 to 3 months in the freezer, or if you're going to keep them fresh and in the fridge, I would suggest eating them within the first 7 days. But if not, they're great to be placed in the freezer, and you take them out of the freezer. For the sandwiches, I would say about 1.5 minutes in the microwave and they're ready. For the burritos, because they contain potatoes, you do about 2.5 minutes. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.